Dead for 30 years.
Mom, there's a Chucky.
Hey, what are you doing? Look, I pulled out one without even looking. It matches the color of your lollipop.
That's cool. I
do it all the time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Our grandson wants to be a parrot for Halloween.
Arr. I've been doing this a long time. 19 years actually. Arr.
Time for a break, right? Hey everyone, welcome to Hope for Survival YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you following the Hope for Survival YouTube channel, and hopefully you're getting something out of these videos. Happy October 31st, and what they call Halloween. We're quickly approaching Halloween Eve, so be safe out there, and keep your head on a swivel and pay attention to your situational awareness and things that are going on around you if you're out away from your home, and even if you're at your home. Just be aware of your surroundings and what's around you. In my last video, I talked some about if you're going out in a store 1 November and beyond, to the possibility of what might turn into be some riots and folks trying to come in and take food and chaos. And I pointed out that if you're out and you're in fact in a store, if you're within the store, you're a target of opportunity. And then when you depart the store, I pointed out some steps for you to consider once you depart the store till you get to your car and leave the parking lot. Something that you should keep in mind is inside the store, where you are a target of opportunity or a victim of circumstance, once you leave that store pushing a buggy, then you can become a target and a victim. And this is what we call your situational space. And once you leave the store and go to your car, that's where you need to keep your head on a swivel and be situational aware to your surroundings. Stay off your cell phone. Keep your key fob in your hand if you have a button for an alarm on your automobile. Be aware of people approaching you, especially if you have a large buggy, full of food and things that could be a target of individuals who are looking for that opportunity. Keep a close hold on children if you have them with you. Don't let them get out of your reach. And remember, we don't want you to have your valuable resources stolen. But worst case, your life is not worth what's in that buggy. Okay. Worst case, if someone presents a firearm or something to threaten you bodily harm, give them the buggy and let them go with it and protect your own life. Okay. It may make you mad, and you can have 1,000 different reasons why you don't want to give up that buggy of food. Just remember, you've only got one life, and especially if you have children, it's your responsibility to protect your own life so you can protect the life of your children. So keep those things in mind. If you load a large buggy full of food up in your car, when you leave the parking lot, make sure no one's following you. Make sure that they're not going to try to follow you back to your home, where you present another target of opportunity for them, and they see what you're loading in your car. that they may want. So if you by chance think you are being followed, do not drive back to your house. Try to drive to the nearest police station or the nearest maybe fire department, something of that nature where you can pull in. And if you have a number, call 911 and call and tell them that you believe you're being followed. And don't exit that vehicle until you have help there with you. Okay, this is more so for females than males, but it applies to everyone. So just stay safe out there and keep your head on a swivel, stay left of bang, and be a hard target. All right. These are interesting times that we're living in right now. We have been there before, and hopefully this will pass as well, and you'll pass through it and you'll be safe. From things that I'm reading, it appears that this government shutdown could go longer than the month of November and could go into December. I've heard that both political parties are being told from within that they're to stay the course and not give. I did hear comments on two interesting line items in the bill that the Democrats are wanting changed in that bill. One is the Democrats want to add $200 billion for food funding for illegals in the country, and there is a line item in the bill now to fund $50 billion. This is for hospital and medical clinic type care in rural communities. You may have heard over the last 4 or 5 years how many of the rural communities that the docs and the PAs have pulled out of the rural communities because funding was cut. Therefore, these clinics are being shut down. There's $50 billion back in the bill by the right to get the funding for it, and the Democrats are wanting that money pulled. This falls in line a lot with Agenda 2030, and that is basically pushing people out of rural communities and forcing them to move into the 15-minute cities of the future, where everything will be public transportation and controlled within a box environment. So they do not want to see these medical facilities reopened because it goes against the Agenda 2030. So keep that in mind. We keep hearing more and more and more how the economy is improving, and I just find it interesting. We're 2 months from Christmas, which for many businesses, this is the busiest time of the year for them. This is when they make most of their money. I just heard yesterday where Amazon is going to be terminating employment for up to 40,000 employees, UPS 48,000, Nestle's 16,000, Dell 12,000, Intel 10,000, Nissan 11,000, and I believe it was Microsoft another 9,500. That's a lot of jobs. That's a lot of income for individuals trying to take care and pay mortgages and feed their families. Okay, and those are companies, and I read off numbers. Okay, one of the commonalities across the board is that many of these positions are being replaced with robotics. All right, and if you have followed Hope for Survival for any length of time or gone back and read our website newsletter or listened to early YouTube videos, I talked about 5 years ago how through technocracy and information that Patrick M. Woods had put out from lots and lots of research, that by the year, I think 2030, when Agenda 2030 is supposed to be in the full swing, that as much as 70 to 80% of the human jobs worldwide will be replaced with robotics. This impacts so many different levels for humans who are still in the workforce and young folks who are looking for skills to get training on, to make a career of and have families. All right. And the government has known they were going in this direction for many, many, many years. And that's why several years ago, when there was so much debate about raising the minimum wage to $15 to $20, some of the politicians kind of chuckled about it and said, sure, we'll support raising the minimum wage, because they knew it wasn't long term, because they knew that so many fast food and other jobs that minimum wage workers depend on are going to be phased out and replaced with robotics. So that's more to come, but it's kind of frightening for many on another platform. I also found it interesting in the last 72 hours, I believe, that the president has ordered some of his top staff, Marco Rubio, Kristi Noem, Stephen Miller, and others, to relocate from their homes and move on to military bases where they're behind the fence, behind the gate, and they have protection. So I don't know if this is based on things to come, or maybe some things that are current. I had heard of some of them being approached in the last few weeks and threats made against them. So just remember, we're living in times where individuals are not playing with level heads. Everyone has a reason, and they have blamed, and much of that blame, without looking into it, much of the blame is against a political party versus blaming the government as a whole. They live day to day and paycheck to paycheck, and as long as their paychecks are coming in and they can buy their ding dogs and Twinkies and do whatever it is they do with this money other than buying healthy food to feed their families, then they're okay. If not, I mean, there's some crazy videos out there of folks making threats and blaming taxpayers. It's the taxpayers' responsibility to make sure they get their free money and so forth. So a large majority of these videos are just that. They're individuals who are just flapping their gums, and they're trying in ways to incite race into this picture, and for white people to be afraid of them and what they're going to do and so forth. Don't be afraid. Live your life. All right. If you have followed the guidance that we have provided over the last few years, you should be in a good position and smart enough when you're driving, when you're out and about and parking, in public restaurants, stores, malls, and so forth, on ways to go about conducting your business to stay safe. Most of the time you'll be a victim of circumstance, just in the wrong place at the wrong time if something happens. But you still need to be smart, okay? You have the information and the tools to keep yourself safe. So keep those things in mind, and don't allow panic to block out what you already know and to create an unsafe environment for you and your family to be in. Just you just got to realize times are different, and people spark and fly off at the minimal uh, thing that may or may not directly impact them, but they're looking for someone to blame because of something they heard on some whack job YouTube channel. People casting hate towards other people. So keep those things in mind as we roll into November. Stay safe out there. Keep your head on a swivel. Keep running exercise scenarios in your mind when you're driving or out and about. If this happens, this is what I would do. If this happens, this is what I would do. All right. Talk it through with your children. Have a safe word that only you and they know. If they feel threatened, they can use that safe word, and you can immediately extract and get them out of environments. So just know what you're going to do. That's half the battle right there, knowing what you're going to do. And a lot of folks, they don't. They just cruise through. Everything's going to be okay. I'm safe. Nothing ever happens. Well, how many people who have been a victim of crimes and violent crimes could say nothing has ever happened until it just happened? And now you're a statistic. All right? So keep these things in mind. If you got any comments, leave them down below. If you got questions, you can leave them down below in the comment section, or you can email me at preparedness101@protonmail.com. You can visit our website at hopeforsurvival.com and go through the hundreds and hundreds of articles and checklists and things of that nature to help you in your preparedness journey. And most of all, just keep yourself safe every day. So if you like this video, please hit like. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe and help our algorithms. For those of us that are YouTubers, we're in a constant battle with algorithms and trying to build a channel, and things get cut out from under you, and on and on and on. So if you hit like, it's going to help us, hopefully. So remember, be blessed, and most of all, remember to give thanks. No matter how trying the days are, we have a lot to be thankful for in this life journey and in our country. Till next time, Bravo Echo out.